Good day to you all. Good day and greetings here from Alta, Utah right here. Just give you guys a quick little pan now so you can see where I'm at right now. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, so maybe some of you guys recognize this guy. Spencer Hunn, a long-time friend of mine from back in the ACN days. And I flew out of Seattle here got up at 3 o'clock this morning and headed over here to Utah, took a 5:30 flight. We're over here together for the next 5 days. And I'm just kind of along for the ride. Spencer's taking some amazing places and collaborations to do competition. We call ourselves the orca whales, is what we call ourselves, because even though we can take down sharks in the industry, we are kind to humans, kind to everyone. And we just had some chance to go ahead and just talk about on the way up here to the mountains, stuff like this, that we're going to be documenting everything right here. This eventually will be, I believe, in a movie that's about to happen right here. Spencer, he'll be with us in a second, just wrapping some stuff out. But you guys, we're going to go hiking a little bit this morning after breakfast and hang out. And then we have some very, very private meetings over here that's going to, I want to get down to this, talking about Universal Basic Income, a UBI. I'm sure you guys have heard about UBI, Universal Basic Income. But you know what? Every time I hear that right there, it makes us cringe. It makes Spencer and I cringe. UBI. So we are proposing at this day forward, and you guys will see the hashtag out there. And we ask you, once you see the truth, there's no unseeing what you guys are about to see. There's no unseeing. Spencer and I, and some of the greatest minds in the world, and it's not, I would say, I'm not just saying, I say this humbly, and the people that have been blessed to be at the right place at the right time, and the people that have been following certain technologies for the past plus decade. This has been, I've said this forever, monetization beyond blockchain. There's a reason why when I told Brock Pierce the other day that Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies is a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme, except USD Tether. Shout out to you, Brock Pierce. There is the blockchain, and then there's the energetic blockchain. That is, it's an energetic code. It's the connections between us all as friends. And this is necessary for, we're going to change it right now from UBI to UAB. Excuse me, UAI, which stands for Universal Abundance Income. And you guys, when we say that we've cracked the code, you're going to hear us say this. When you hear that we have cracked the code when it comes to the, again, not the universal basic income for the whole entire human race, that we have the technology now, and we're going to share this with the entire world this week, and it is going to the United Nations here this week. I'm just letting you guys know, you're in a very special moment to be watching what's happening. We have created the Universal Abundance Income. Universal Abundance Income. UAI. Okay, not, if you guys see anything out there for Universal Basic Income, UBI, tell those people that that's a thing of the past, and there's a Universal Abundance Income. You get, when we had this epiphany the other day, it was just, it's amazing. Spence and I both have had messages from God, and we're sharing our messages with one another, because we did not know that until our car ride up here, that there was a message from God that he received and also that I received. I received my message from God. It was nearly 45 plus days ago, 50 days ago, when I'm going to share with you what he said to me. He said, I was laying in the forest out in North Bend, Washington, and I was laying by the river, and he said this. It came to me. At the time, I didn't know it was God. And I'm going to get to that point in a second. But what was said to me, I always described it until 3 days ago. What it said to me was, number one, don't sell and don't invest. I said, that's interesting. I was like, don't sell and don't invest. I'm a network marketer. I invest in Bitcoin, whatever, right? Because I have a Bitcoin tattoo and all these cryptocurrency tattoos, yeah. So anyways, then I laid there and I was at peace. I said, okay, interesting. Okay, don't. Then it said to me, I'm going to refer to it as it right now, not out of disrespect, but I'm going to share with you guys what happened, the message from God. My message, I have not heard Spencer's message from God. He's going to share with me his message from God on top of this mountain. And Spence and I have some special prayers going out to the world for massive shift, massive economic, universal abundance income for mankind, and a healing beyond that. But back to the message. Don't invest, it said, and do not sell. I was like, man, okay. Then it said to me this, create. And I was thinking, create what? And it was interesting because all of a sudden I had these flashes of me creating all these things. It was funny. It was like, and it was like, I was sewing in part of this for a split, like a millionth of a second. I was cooking for a millionth of a second. I was doing all these things. Those are the two things I remember. I was like, it was funny because I haven't sewed like since freaking home ec back in middle school, right? Spencer Hunn will be right with this. Okay. And then it says, create. And then I listened. I said, okay. And it also, the other thing that came to me is create YouTube channels, like create a podcast. I'm not into that at all, right? And it says, create relationships. I thought to myself, I'm obviously good at that. I got 14,300 plus people in my cell phone. I create, that's what I do. I create relationships. Okay, I use the CRM system to track I can tell where every place I met each and every one of you, what day it was. So ask me, what day did I meet you? And I'll write below and exactly how I met you and what day and where I met you. Okay, on what social media platform, whatever it was. I have it all. I use the CRM system, which will be integrating into our Web3 social media network. What's up, Steve? Okay, so check this out. And it said, create relationships. I'm good at that. Done. That's what I've been doing. Then it says to me, create experience. And it showed relationship and experience coming together right there. And I said, okay, that makes sense. Like, sharing something, special, that's creating experience. It showed the two coming together. And again, I'm referring to it, but this was God. And I'm 100% convinced, and I'm going to get to that in a second. And it goes, create relationship experience. This becomes knowledge. And it showed it even rising up more knowledge. And in that turned into as like truth and going into higher consciousness. We are rising up together is what I saw. I said, that makes sense. And this is the most important thing that it shared at this point. I can't say most important, but this is the final thing. It's what God told me. It says, create, as I was laying there next to the river, surrounded by beautiful and butterflies surrounding me and birds above me and trees and the river flowing, and I could see the leaves blowing in the wind. And it said, it's very difficult for me to say this in the most exact way because it was an emotion. It was a frequency emotion. It said, create a place where people can be safe, protected. I said, geez, that's a big thing. What a big thing that is. Create something where it's protected. And it was a heavy weight on my shoulders. I was like, oh, that's deep right there. And I was thinking to myself, and it showed me how I was protected in nature. And I was like, well, thinking to myself, a funny thought crossed myself, what bring people into nature? And, but it was, then it said this, create a place where they are protected and can heal, and heal from the old world. And I said, and I thought to myself, because behind the scenes, I've been consulting for Candao, the social media platform here. I want to get sales pitches, but the focus of this is I want to share with you where this message came from and what happened. I'm sure some of you have received a message from God, but I'm sharing with you my message from God right now. I'd love to hear your message. I'm going to hear Spence's message from God here in a few minutes. We'll have him join us in a second, okay? It said this next. Okay, so what happened was me and my girl, we go get a massage the other day, a full body massage together, 2 days ago. Okay, 2-3 days ago it was. Okay, and anyways, I was getting a massage, and this guy's a really good massage. Okay, in Linwood, Washington, or whatever. And he goes to me, Spence, come here in 3 minutes, okay? If you like, and stuff. And so, as I was getting massage, I was releasing. I was releasing and clear, and becoming more clear. And now that I had been healed by God, which I'll explain earlier, when I was healed by God, before I got that message that same day, I was healed by God. Okay, and then I got the message, the download. That's a separate video how I was healed, by the way. Okay. Then what came to me?
Ryan,
yeah. Okay, sorry. Then what came to me is this, is I started crying, and it shared with me. I must refer to it till the moment here. It shared with me. It says, you are releasing and becoming more pure as you're getting this massage. You are releasing as you cry. It's not that you're sad. It's not that you're happy. It's that you are becoming more purified for the message completely right here. And I said, yes, this makes sense. I thought about all the times when someone's crying, and either happiness or sadness, and people say, what's wrong? Is everything okay? You know, it's kind of interesting, but it's ability when we have a pure soul, as mine is now after I was healed, and Spence has been healed, and he got the message from God also, and I didn't even know until we were in the car right up today. What happened was this. It says to me, because I had a call with my church pastor, Dr. Ziga, the day before, and I told him the message was from God. The reason why I told him, even though I didn't know it was from God, is I just wanted to, I wasn't ready to declare that it was from God. I told him, when I talked to him, I said, this is a message from God, Dr. Ziga. And so when I was reflecting on that as I was getting a massage and as I was crying, and I thought, gosh, the message from God. Who is it? When I was questioning this, I was like, who is it that gave me the message? And this is actually when I started this crying, actually. Let me rewind and put that in there, okay? And I was crying, and it was a different kind of crying. It was purifying me as I was crying. And it was a very gentle cry, but my ears were tired. You know, it wasn't like, it was more like I was, and actually, to some extent I was, but tears were pouring out of my eyes, absolutely pouring out of my eyes. And it shared with me that it was okay for me to claim that the message was from God. Okay, that the message was from God. Because who else would it have been from? Something so pure, a message to bring universal abundance income to the entire world. Who else would have that message? There is no way, when you're dealing with blockchain technology and what we put together, when my intentions, when I've united decentralized servers, when we brought blockchain, medical records on the blockchain, when we created the DAO social media platform, when I say this humbly, this is what I've been working on. You guys have been watching the documentation. And when I brought the billionaires into this to bring this to the United Nations to be a solution for the loss of jobs out there and return the money from the technocrats to all the people, trillions and trillions of dollars are about to go back to the people. I'll let Spence go ahead and explain that a little bit more in detail, but the focus of this video thus far is the message from God and declaring that it came from God. And you guys are hearing me right now. I received the message from God that what we have our hands on, and that's why I'm here. This is why I'll be in Vegas next week for 3 days for the medical records on the blockchain to integrate into the social media. That's why I'm going to Malaysia for my Bitcoin mining to mine more Bitcoin, to put it into the cryptocurrency of the social network of 1,000 blockchain strong that rides 2.3 million cryptocurrencies in the world. That's why from there, when I go to Malaysia on the 25th to the 28th, then I fly to, my goodness, everyone, I will be in Thailand there with the founders of Candao and working on the most important applications in the world tying to the monetized social grid. So we won't get into that. I want to focus on universal, not basic any longer. Forget UBI. If you guys see anyone mentioning UBI, because when you think, let's talk about UBI, I don't even like to say that word, it's like a bad taste in my mouth right there, since we've created the universal abundance income for all. You guys, when we say that, when Spence and I say that, Spence and I created that, okay, hashtag universal abundance income, UAI, okay, that right there was birthed today, right there, universal abundance income. Note the calendar today, what day it is, and you heard it here first, whatever time it is, okay? The point is this. We found a way to bring hundreds of trillions of dollars back to mankind. Your guys' concept of wealth, of all these lower vibrations of, I don't even want to say these lower vibrations that, and we see that the politics and stuff like this, which will all be done eventually on the blockchain, through monetization beyond blockchain. Okay, you guys are going to see it all happen, and it's going to create, I consider myself for many years now, a futurist and utopian capitalist, and Spencer is as well. I shared that with him today. We have started the core foundation, and it's not just about we say this humbly because I'm never going to say the word, it's not my vocabulary, NEED, that's low vibe right there. We desire and we are creating this united together with all of you to come with us, okay, and to build this. And building on a DAO is as simple as every day adding your friends to the monetization social network. You guys, companies will fall if they're forced to understand and look in the mirror if they are for the people and by the people. And there's companies out there watching this video right now, okay? And if they don't decide to monetize with us and partake, there's going to be another company out there that does. And this, I've always said this, persistence, consistency, leverage, and dynamics. I made that saying up when I was in middle school many years ago. You guys got a freaking Leo right here. You guys got a freaking Leo here that is going to get the freaking job done. I guarantee you this. Okay, Spence and I, Spence, would you like to say something, please? It is an honor, my brother from another.
Absolutely.
Spence, I shared I don't expect you to share it here. That's going to be between us first, but I shared my message from God.
Whatever you want.
You know what?
Would you like me to share it right now?
I would love it. I have not heard this, guys. Go for it, Spence.
How many
it's an
people
honor.
is this?
It doesn't matter who's watching, but how many will. This is moment in history.
Okay.
Spence, first of all, if you'd like to share, why we are together, share what it, please.
So, in the Bible, there's a person named Jesus, and whether he's deity or a teacher, it doesn't matter. But he had someone come to him that wanted to be a part of his crew. And he was a prince. He was a rich ruler. They called him the rich young ruler. Wealthy, very wealthy. And he said, I want to roll with you guys. I want to be the 13th apostle. And Jesus said, well, to do that, you have to keep the commandments. And this rich young ruler said, I've done that since my youth. And Jesus said, okay, do one more thing. Sell everything you have.
That's what I told him, yes.
Distribute it equally to the poor, and come follow me. And the prince walked away sad because he had much. He couldn't do it. In 2018, I looked at that portrait, that painting on my wall of this story of Jesus and the rich young ruler. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I pledged all of my belongings to God. I sold all of my things, which include a 15,000 square foot home I was in, a Ferrari, a Ranger. You can see the Instagram.
Yeah, I had my 10,000.
It's all gone.
We had it all, right? Go ahead.
And when I pledged all those things to the Lord, I heard the audible voice of God. And he said, like an earthquake, it's just that simple. Changed my life forever. And I've been following God ever since. And he's led me to 100-fold of what I had before. Well, you wouldn't know it because I drive a Kia.
And I have a Hyundai.
And live in an apartment.
Right.
Because we're not supposed to show off the blessings of the Lord.
Yes.
We don't need to stunt. That's for people that are not in God's will.
Is there more message? Show the hat in the back there I just gave you. Let's see the back of it real quick. Turn
This
around.
right here is a proof of concept and nothing more.
Exactly. And it's a Ponzi too. Spence, is there any other message from God about where we're going with our technologies? You don't have to disclose everything, but you and I united. What are we doing?
Everything that runs the world right now will be replaced with a distributed form, decentralized, owned by the people.
Hashtag decentralize everything.
We are Moses, and we are going to free all of the Israelites. And it's an honor.
It is. Well, who's the superheroes we said on the way up here? It's kind of fun.
Superman and Incredible Hulk.
Well, I said Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, but
No, I'm Superman, you're Incredible Hulk.
And also, yes, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, and also Maverick and Goose. Also, that was a fun moment too.
That's right. I'm actually
all right, guys.
Iceman.
Okay, there you go, Iceman, definitely. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Stay tuned for more. You guys have heard it, the message and where it's going on. And don't think this for a second that this is just about us whatsoever, because what we shared is, we say this purely humble. And now it's up to you guys to partake in growing this DAO. That's the core foundation. So we invite you, okay, to stay strong, do the call, and just do your highest calling. And that is putting your friends on the blockchain right now. It's putting your friends into sign up for free. Every single person you know, monetize your relationships. I'm gonna show you guys how to have millions and millions of people, tens of millions of people in your monetized grid. And some of us will have 1 billion people, and that's easy, Spence and I. So you guys have a blessed day, but please take this message very seriously and meditate it, what it means in your life and how many lives you will change from this very second. From this very second. What time is it? What time is it? In this very second, and set a goal to change so many people's lives every single day. I tell people, do 3 people a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring 3 people on the blockchain for free, and here we go. Is that a goal for you, or do you strive higher? Iron sharpens iron. That's why Spencer and I are together today up in Alta, Utah at the moment. And we are going to be sending some major prayers and affirmations and amazing speech from the heart, and just really connecting as brothers, because none of us can do this on our own. We will do this together. Blessings, my friends. Take care.